Hello there and welcome to the first video of the channel. My name is Heimdall and today we are going to be looking to be gaining the almighty platinum for one of the greatest games of the past decade, Spider-Man. For those of you living under a rock, 2018 Spider-Man puts you in the role of the titular hero as he swings about New York, uncovering evil plans from iconic Spider-Man villains including Wilson Fisk, Electro, Rhino and a whole host of other lovely dudes. I decided to do the PS5 remastered version of Spider-Man, as I have already achieved the PS4 version on another account. Spider-Man does also feature 3 DLC with their own lists, as well as some New Game Plus trophies. However, for this video we are only interested in the base game achievements and the remastered list. According to PSN profiles, Spider-Man Remastered is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, and should take 25 hours to complete. There are 2 gold, 10 silver and 38 bronze trophies for me to get, giving a total of 50 trophies between my beautiful face and the shiny rim of that glowing platinum, as well as 5 silver trophies for the remastered list. Spider-Man's trophy list is very simple, as there are only map locations, collectibles and a couple of miscellaneous trophies outside of the main story. This means that dividing the sections of the game into goals for this platinum was also very simple. So, step 1 involves completing the story and aiming for the Act 3 trophy, and step 2 is cleaning up anything we missed along the way and aiming for the 100% city completion trophy. So, let's get started. Spider-Man is a game split into 3 acts, and contains trophies for each, as well as one for defeating each of the bosses of the game that are essential when going through the story, totaling up to 8 trophies. There is also another unavoidable trophy when crafting your first upgrade. I'll glance over these to try and keep the game relatively spoiler free. However, if you haven't played this yet, then what are you doing with your time? The story in this game is incredible. It's full of twists and turns, heartbreak and emotion, mixed in with real-life problems faced every day by people around the world to keep Spider-Man the relatable fan favourite he is and always has been since his inception in 1962. The overarching theme of power and responsibility necessary for any Spider-Man story hangs clearly over the entire game, especially in the final act, along with the classic messages of determination and never giving in that has inspired superhero stories forever. But not only does Spider-Man have a stellar story, the gameplay is so smooth and fun. If this is not your first Spider-Man video, I'm sure everyone and their grandmother has gushed about how swinging across New York is so satisfying in this game, and I'm here to repeat that same phrase. It's so fun. The combat is impactful and feels like you are actually doing damage to the enemies, and with the added controller vibrations, the game hooks you in with every swing. But enough gushing about the gameplay, you're here to see trophies. During the run through for the story related trophies, it is almost impossible to avoid ticking off any other ones. Before the end of the game, while swinging around in New York between missions, I had achieved a whopping 31 other trophies, including trophies for collecting all the backpacks and other collectibles,
Taking you home, buddy. Research data is going to Oscorp servers.
completing gameplay-based challenges, unlocking all skills, completing every type of Taskmaster challenge,
So close to perfection. So close to perfection. Good, but I can do better. So close to perfection.
and a variety of miscellaneous trophies that I'll just let play out here.
Not gonna lie, feeling pretty good. Nothing puts a pep in my step.
So, that takes us immediately up to 40 trophies out of 56, and we've only finished the story. Now, what I would 100% recommend when playing this game would be to do your optional collectibles and side missions between main missions, with a special focus on faction crimes. These are short activities throughout the city where you can stop crimes in the streets and are always indicated by a red warning triangle. You will cut down on so much time post-game if you focus on these between journeys, as they can get very grindy and amount to the only really grindy trophy in the game, which is to attain 100% completion in all districts, thanks to the faction crimes. This only happens, however, if you ignore the additional content along the way. Step 2 started with the realisation that during my time with the game I hadn't ticked off an incredibly easy trophy as I was too busy swinging around the city. So I immediately fast travelled 5 times to unlock Born to Ride, and then got to it. I only had one landmark to collect for the Landmarks collectible trophy. So then I started down the endgame grind by swinging around Harlem and gradually making my way down the map into Chinatown. My main tip to the faction crimes is to find a research station and make sure the time is set to night. This enables most, if not all, of the crimes to appear quicker, and will save you from the confusion I experienced for about 20 minutes when I was swinging up and down Harlem and finding absolutely nothing. For some reason, a lot of the crimes are only accessed at night, so best to move it at the start. The first 2 trophies were unlocked by knocking together some plebs, and then knocking out some more plebs in the last demon warehouse to complete all of the warehouse locations. I then wrapped up the side quests and smacked Tombstone's meaty booty before slowly taking down all of the other strongholds in the game for all of these trophies. I wrapped up the Taskmaster challenges,
I'm so neurotic, I'm mad.
and decided to say hello to the hordes of fangirls who are all over Spidey. Admittedly, this one took longer than you would expect, as the people around New York really do not care. However, after about 25 minutes of running around attempting to find people to high-five,
Spider-Man! Yes! Boom!
I moved on. As I tried to swing off, Taskmaster decided to ruin my day, so
Master,
I in turn
why are you
ruined
stalking?
his for another achievement,
Nah.
and then maxed out the gadgets before I realised that I hadn't collected enough Taskmaster tokens, as I had left most of the challenges on the Spectacular tier. So, for your reference, you need to complete a few Taskmaster Ultimate Difficulty challenges to be able to max the gadgets and suits. Luckily, the gadgets aren't part of the Platinum, so if you don't want to bother with them, then this won't affect your Platinum journey. After collecting the tokens, I collected all the suits, which left just one trophy, the 100% completion trophy. At this time, I was fairly low down on the map, so I didn't have a lot of crimes left to go. However, even I can say that looking for these crimes got old quickly. Even with the incredibly satisfying swinging and the incredibly fun combat, the crimes were taking quite a while to come out, and the enemies were quite dry by this time. However, I persevered, and after smacking about what seemed like millions of prisoners and sable dudes, I finally unlocked that sweet, sweet platinum for Spider-Man Remastered. So, after completing the game to its entirety as far as achievements go, let's move on to the rating board, where we take the games we have platinumed on the channel and give them ratings from 1 to 10, then compare them to previous games. Now, Spider-Man is the first game on this list, so there's nothing to really compare to, but we're gonna start anyway. Spider-Man is such a fun game that, in my opinion, does not overstay its welcome and leaves you wanting more, which is very rare when you trophy hunt. Some of the time, the most satisfying part of the experience after obtaining the platinum itself is deleting the game afterwards, but this one was a sad delete, as I knew my time with the game was over. The travelling and combat were excellent, and it is one of the few games in existence with a fast travel system that the developers literally have to encourage you to use because it is barely touched by the player base. However, there are a couple of slow missions in the game, for example the first MJ sneaking mission, and the Tombstone side missions discounting the Tombstone fight, and some of the tasks, such as the faction crimes, can get very stale throughout the game, when there are 20 crimes per area and they're all the same types of crime. So, in light of this, Spider-Man gets a near perfect 9.5 out of 10. I feel that the game was incredible, but just a couple of niggles and the faction crime situation meant that the game just missed the mark. However, this game easily makes my top 10 games of all time, and I will look forward to revisiting the game in some years' time. Again. Next time we'll be looking at the 2018 racing game Gravel, where we race around some dirt tracks attempting to become the Off-Road Masters champion, and as always gaining all the trophies. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to keep up to date with new releases, and I bid you all a fond farewell. Goodbye.